You are welcome to Remit Trade Academy. My name is Paradise. In today's video, I'll be talking about ATR trading strategy, and I'll be covering what is ATR, ATR kind of indicator, how to apply the ATR indicator on your chart, how to read the ATR value in crypto trading, and ATR trading strategy, which is the last one right here. So if this is your first time of stopping by on this channel, please don't forget to leave a like for this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification for more updates like this. Also check the channel for other crypto videos and educational content. So let's get right into the video. If you go to the chart right here, and the first thing you have to do to bring up the ATR indicator is to go to this section where we have technical indicator. So on technical indicator, you type ATR. Okay, so right here, the ATR is already on this very page. So I could just tap it right here and then it will appear on my chart at this very point. So the ATR indicator means average true range. Okay, that is the meaning of the ATR. So that is what the ATR means, is the average true rate. So what does that mean? Before I get into that, there are some settings we need to do to make the indicator very clear. So right here, I will go to style and then I click on input, and then I'll click this very one to make the line very visible. So what is average true range? Okay, so the main thing here that you have to understand is that the ATR indicator takes into consideration a range after the formation of a particular candlestick. So it takes into consideration how volatile the market move up or down in a range. So how it does this is by taking into consideration, let's say for example, this very candle, the high of this very candle, and also take into consideration the low of this very candle, and then it takes the average. So it takes the difference between the high and the low on average, and then it now give you what we have here, if you can see my cursor, as the value of the ATR for this very candle. Now, one thing very important as well is that you have to understand that each candlesticks have their ATR value. So that gets me to the kind of indicator that the ATR is. But before I get into that, if you look at the ATR indicator, each candles, this very candle will have its own ATR value. If you look at this very point to see the value, and this very one have an ATR value of 602, that's $602, and this very candlestick have an ATR value of $542. This very candle have an ATR value of $559.48. So it is for every other candlesticks that you are seeing printed on the chart right at this very point. So this is how you read each candlestick ATR on your chart. Once you place your cursor on the candlestick, then look at this very side on the ATR indicator. It will tell you the ATR value for that very candle. Remember, like I said, the ATR indicator takes into consideration the high of a particular candle and the low of a particular candle, the difference between the high and the low on average. It gives you what the ATR value is. So the next thing here is the ATR kind of indicator. The ATR indicator is a volatility indicator. What does that mean? What that means is that the ATR indicator does not show you market direction. So you don't use the ATR indicator for market prediction or for market direction. That is not what the ATR does. The only thing the ATR does is the ATR is a volatility indicator. So it takes into consideration the volatility of the market at that particular time. For example, I am using BTC USD and this is 4-hour chart. So it takes into consideration the volatility of the market within 4-hour window. So this is what you must have to understand. Don't use the ATR indicator for market direction. Don't use it for market direction. Rather, we use it to know how volatile the market is up and down. So this is very important. See, we already applied the ATR indicator on our chart already. You know how to do that. And the next thing right here is how to read the ATR value on the crypto chart. I already talked about that with this, but if you look at this very area, I want to take another pair like ADA USDT so that you can better understand what I'm talking about very, very well. So on ADA USDT right here, if you look at this very chart, we have these candles printed on the chart, and right at this very point, if I place this very cursor on this very candle that is forming right now, you will see the ATR value written at this very point. And when I move my cursor, you will see the ATR value change as well. For this very candle, the ATR value right now is 0.0113. This very candle have an ATR value of 0.0115. This very candle have an ATR value of 0.0111. Now, all the candlestick printed on the chart right now have their different ATR values, and this is very important. It does not matter if the candle is very small or big. Every candlestick have their ATR value. So now you know how to read your ATR value on your crypto chart. So the next thing would be, how can you trade the ATR? Very, very important. So if I go back to the BTC USD chart, right at this very point, you discover that the market is already tending to move to the upside. Remember, you don't use the ATR indicator for market direction. It is a volatility indicator. So how do you read the ATR indicator? Let's say, for example, for this very candlestick, we have an ATR value of 602, that's $602.84. What this means is that the market can move $602 upward and $206 downward. Okay, I repeat again, with the ATR value of this candle at $602, it means that the market can move downward $602 and can also move upward. The same thing with this very candlestick. The ATR value of this candlestick is $643. What it means is that from the low here, the market can move down $643, and the market can also move upward $643. So any ATR value of any candlestick determine the range of the candlestick and how volatile the market can move up or down. That is why you don't use the ATR indicator for your market direction. So how can you then use the ATR indicator? So now I will talk about the ATR trading strategy and how you can use it. You use the ATR indicator for your stop loss placement. Okay, so if you know that from this very point on this candle, if you look at the ATR value of this very particular candlestick, you discover that the ATR value written right here is $643. What this means is that the markets have capacity of moving upward $643, and the markets have capacity of moving downward $643. So if you already know this, it means that you can also set your stop loss in such a way that if the market move down $643, you will not be stopped out. So it helps you set accurate stop loss so that you know the average volatility of the market. That does not mean that the market cannot go against you. Okay, what it means is that it helps save you from whipsaw in the market. So let's say, for example, if the market was to move up, or let's say you've done your analysis and you discover that this market is going to move to the upside, for example, and you decide to take a long position on futures, or you buy on spot from this very area, or after the formation of this very candle, that is after this candle form, on the formation of this one, you are taking the ATR value of this very candle into consideration. So what you have to do is to take into consideration the low of this very candle, which is at this very point, and then from here I will calculate $643 downward so that I will get where I will place my stop loss. So I will use the measure tool for this purpose, and I will measure from here downward to 643. So at this very point is the value. So the value right here is $37,000.8. Okay, so this is where my stop loss should be. So I can quickly take this and then to this very area where this price is as where my stop loss should be. So my stop loss should be at this very point. Why I enter my trade at this very point where the market closed on this very candle. So this gives you a lot of buffer for the market to breathe before it can actually hit at your stop loss. So this is how you use the ATR indicator for proper stop loss placement. And then another example I want to do here is for the ADA chart. Let's say, for example, I put on ADA USDT right here. So on the ADA chart at this very point, it is called that the market at this very area has finished formation for this very candle. So I will use this candle for the calculation. Let's say, for example, you do your analysis and you believe that the market is going to move to the upside and you want to know where to place an accurate stop loss. What you have to do is to consider the ATR value of this very candle. So the ATR value of this very candle, if you check right at this very point, is 0.0115. So what I would do is I would take the low of this very candle, which is at this very point right here. This is the low of this candle. Then I would take my measure tool and measure the ATR value downward, okay, on this very candle right here. So from this very area, I will measure it downward to 0.015, okay. At this very point is where my stop loss should be. I will then place my stop loss at this very price level, okay. This is where my stop loss should be while I enter my trade at the close of this candle for the market to move upward, okay. With this, the markets have a lot of buffer, okay, a lot of space to breathe for the market to go upward, because we all know that when you enter a position, market will not just move to the upside. Sometimes market will go back down a little bit before it can now move to the upside. I am not saying that the ATR indicator will not make you lose in the market or will not get you stop out in the market. The purpose of the ATR indicator is for you to know the average volatility of the market downward and upward using a particular candlestick. This is what you must have to understand in this very ATR indicator trading video. So this is what you need to know right now for the ATR indicator and stop loss placement. So this is very important. If you find value in this very video, please don't forget to leave a like for this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification for more updates like this. Also check the channel for other crypto videos and educational content. If you want to learn how to trade cryptocurrency for profitable trading, please check the description of this very video. You will see a contact and reach out to me immediately for training. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and I will see you in the next video.